Welcome to episode 3 of Troll Nation. I am Carl Allen.
And I am Edward Charles.
And we are here to kick off this new year. How was your new year, man?
It was a new year. It was wonderful. I spent my time with my family in Barcelona, Spain. Such an amazing place, such an amazing city. I see why the Spaniards have so much pride. Very big, very clean. I loved it. What about you?
I spent New Year's Eve in Belgrade, Serbia with my girlfriend. And we actually had some friends, a friend fly down from Kuwait. And he met up with us. We linked up. We had a pretty good New Year's Eve party. I mean...
That's pretty cool. I had no idea you had a Kuwaiti friend.
He's American working in Kuwait. But
if you say so.
I do have a Kuwaiti friend I met in Italy, actually. He's a cool guy. Somehow we did this Airbnb thing, and the lady double booked the room. But it was like a really big room, and I think she did it on purpose. She just didn't say it in the description. So, I'm in there just chilling, and then some other guy like walks in, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? Did you get lost? And... he's like, no, I booked the same room. Whatever. Okay, so then I'm asking, so where are you from? Because obviously he's different. He's like, oh, I'm from Kuwait. And I'm like, leaning back in my chair like, all right, how the fuck did this happen?
He's like, all right, hold on. Let me put back on my underwear 1 second.
Yeah, I thought he had like some detonator somewhere hidden.
Wow, alrighty.
So, but yeah, so that was how I spent my New Year's.
Good stuff. It seems a lot of people had a good year last year. I was looking at the award show that kicked off the music award show and looking at my buddy Justin Bieber.
Buddy?
He's not my buddy. No. But just looking at all this success, man. Going back 2010, I swear I wanted to kick him in the tank.
I definitely would have choked him a few times. Well, phrasing.
Wait a minute.
No, I would.
How old is he?
Yeah, no, not like that. See, so why you gotta do that shit?
I'm just saying. You talk about choking Justin Bieber.
No, but there's been some tracks where I'm just like, damn, this is a good song. And you're like, Shazam it. And you're like, Justin, no, I did not just admit that Justin Bieber was good. I was like,
wow, he's Shazamming Justin Bieber.
So okay. I thumbs down it on Pandora, so I don't ever hear anything like it again.
No, but it's good music. I hate to say it. I mean, good music is good music. I don't know who his writers were, but
he needed a change.
Yeah, he went from Vanilla Ice to Vanilla Nice. I don't know what that's wow. No. But he's good though.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better. I'm not gonna care about downloading his album though.
No, it was really good.
That's the last thing I want to see in my phone.
Definitely didn't pirate that.
And I don't want to get caught with that in my phone.
Go get the album.
No. Why are we giving him so much credit? Justin, if you're listening to this shit, give us some money.
What?
We're putting him out there on our podcast. He's already out there, but.
Right.
There might be somebody who's like, who the fuck is Justin Bieber?
Justin, he Shazammed you. Grown-ass man.
And now I want money from Shazam, too.
Fair enough.
Because I said that, you know what? I'm going to bleep all those names out.
So, check this out. I just got this letter in from one of the Troll Nation fans. They were asking about cheating. Cheating.
Like in sports? Like Michael Phelps? Like.
Oh, man.
Or like...
Marion Jones or any other cycler that's out there with one ball?
Yeah. Well, I can't. Lance Armstrong. There we go. I couldn't remember the name for a second.
I almost said Neil Armstrong. Wrong guy.
Wow.
But cheating. In regards to monogamy relationships, I'm going to let you pose the question. Or should I ask you the question of your thoughts?
What is cheating? Is that, or what is it? Or if it's allowed? Or
yeah, how do you feel in this day and time? Do you think it's normal for a couple to find each other, fall in love, be together, stay together from henceforth and forever? Or is it one of those things we live in a day and time where, depending on the type of relationship you have, we know there's various types, that cheating is okay? Or what do you define as cheating? What would you actually call cheating in a relationship?
I guess if you're seeing somebody and you're in, an intimate or romantic or sexual relationship with somebody, cheating would be going out and fucking somebody on the side or doing something that would, basically, if you don't want it done to you, would you do it to somebody else? That's how I kind of keep myself in check. Like, if I don't want some shit to happen to me, I think about, okay, if I do this, if I go out and say this or do this or hang out with this person, would it piss me off if she did this in return? Because you're in a relationship. What's the point of being in a relationship with somebody and having this connection, this bond, you're investing your time and emotion and everything that you're about into this person. What's the point of that if you're just going to go and fuck the next person just because she tempted you and you had a sensation?
Very true. I mean, I think nowadays, younger people and even older people, they tend to confuse love and lust. And that's a big deal. I mean, and so you get into these relationships, you rush into these relationships, and then all of a sudden, you realize it's not what, you may not want, and then you're quick to step out on someone else.
Yeah. That goes back to like how people are raised too, because I feel like a lot of men these days don't have respect for women, and a lot of women don't have respect for themselves. And that's how you see a lot of these 20-year-old single moms and, the dads who knows where,
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
but no, I understand what you're saying. So, I mean, but that's if you, okay, so you're talking the man and the woman, they're saying that they agree that here are the terms of the relationship and you have to abide by them and there's no gray areas. What if you have it where you have an open door policy? You may have a couple where the wife is like, well, I know my man is like this.
It doesn't work, man.
It doesn't work?
I don't think it works. I mean, because, like, it might be fun to experiment with that, but eventually someone's going to get jealous because someone's going to catch feelings, or someone's going to think that you've got more feelings for so-and-so than you have for her if there's not, like, an equal amount of feelings going to both of them, or attention. And we all know...
What do you mean by attention?
We all know women desire, they crave attention.
Yeah, it's in their genetic makeup. You're absolutely right.
It is.
Okay.
So, do I think cheating is acceptable in any circumstance? No. If you don't like the bitch, leave the bitch.
Just leave them. That's what I would say. I'm not even... I would
say
agree
bye. Bye, Felicia.
That's it.
Whatever you want to say.
100%.
Leave.
That's right.
I mean... Especially like in a marriage,
because it can cost you. I'm telling you right now, it can cost you. I checked TMZ. Shout out to TMZ a lot, and you see about these big divorces for. I'm like, you just paid so many $1 million because you couldn't keep it in your pants. So I should say for 10, 15, 20
That's
minutes
like,
of pleasure.
Big Sean said that in a song. I forget what song it is, but it's like he says like, give her half your heart, and she get half of the amount of whatever's in your account or some shit like that.
That makes no. That's crazy.
True. It's like, it's not worth it. It's like you said, if you're in a situation that bad where you gotta, find something else or want something else or you feel like you need something else.
Stay single.
Stay single. Get a divorce. Throw her in the river.
Don't let her find out. What? Wait. Something. But if you get caught, that is your ass, Mr. Postman. So why even bother? Why even bother to put yourself,
stick her in an incinerator,
your wife, your kids through all of that drama? Makes no sense.
All right, so yeah, I guess we're moving right along from that. So we both, I think, disagree that cheating is not acceptable. I think that's what we got.
Yeah, if I love my life, I better agree with you.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to something more serious now. Maybe this is another form of cheating, of getting away with something that you shouldn't be doing.
Oh yeah.
But this whole incident with the Oregon militia and them taking over the federal building there in Oregon.
It all depends. Some people call them freedom fighters. Some people call
patriots.
them patriots.
I call them the white devil. Terrorists. They are domestic terrorists. I mean, the definition of terrorist is anybody that's using violence or the threat of violence to achieve political gain in their own, or I guess in their own. But yeah, so they are terrorists. Now,
they believe in what they're doing. And that's okay.
So does ISIS.
There you go. So here's the problem that I have. And if you sit back and you compare the two, because that's what we do in our society, you have peaceful black protesters talking about the Black Lives Matter movement at the mall, peaceful protests, no arms or anything like that. The response is police officers, full battle rattle, ready to react just to a peaceful protest.
But it didn't start peaceful, because look at
this particular event. We're not talking about every single rally around the country.
Okay.
All right. You have, like I said, the police responded, full battle rattle. Fortunately, there were no incidents. But on the other hand, you have this representative. Now, the whole case, I don't know if you know how it started with the Oregon militia, and these are our choice words. 2 individuals were convicted of arson. Or excuse me, they're being arrested for arson. I guess they burned so many acres on federal property.
Well, it was technically it was federal property, but it was kind of like partially owned by them as well.
And that's the argument.
Yeah.
So now you have this organization. One of the guys who is leading the protest is the son of
Bundy.
Yeah,
Bundy.
that guy. He's coming out and saying we won't stand for this anymore. So he's calling all his boys, the good old boys, to arms. And we're going to take over this government building, and we're going to stay here until these individuals get freed. Keep in mind the two guys that are currently held up in prison are continuously claiming that they have no affiliation with this, I don't want to call them organization, so militia. But they're pushing forward. And they were like, we're going to have our arms, and if we will defend and protect ourselves if need be. So you just told me in layman terms that you are going to challenge whoever comes to you, which means the federal government.
Yeah.
I think that classifies as a sign of domestic terrorism.
Definitely.
You know, some of you guys are probably hearing this for the first time, and I know the reason why is because national media isn't covering it. I think it's not a headline story. I don't understand. But if, like, once again, if soon as an incident happens from the Black Lives Matter cause, or soon as anything like that happens, it's all over media coverage. So we continue to perpetuate this cycle of highlighting negative stereotypes from minorities, in my opinion. Yet we declassify, or we downgrade the overall same borderline issue when others do the same thing, or when the majorities do something similar.
I blame Obama. I blame him for
You have to. He's currently in office till the next president comes.
Yeah.
Then we'll blame
and then we'll blame him. Yeah.
You mean her?
Or no. No. We don't want that.
Okay. So
imagine 1 week every month having to deal with like multiple decisions because it's just part of her anatomy.
Wow. So yeah, that's one of those things. It's I don't understand. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. The federal government, I don't know, the local law enforcement or the state law enforcement up there in Oregon, we'll see how they react. I haven't seen one police officer out there since.
I don't think nothing's going to play out. I think eventually these people are just going to be like, go home because they realize they got jobs and kids and welfare checks.
But the fact that they just have the freedom to go up and say something like that and challenge the government.
Well, I think it's freedom because they're not shooting anybody, all right? So there hasn't been any violence yet. And that's the thing. So I think if there is violence, the government's definitely going to respond and the government's going to win.
Wait, you mean like the violence that took place with like the 900 bikers at that bar in Texas where like 10 to 12 people were killed? Did you see video?
Didn't see this.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see this video.
Big biker gang fight. It was about 900. Maybe I could be inflating, but at least 500 individuals. All out brawls, stabbing. You know, a couple guys got killed, so on and so forth.
When was this?
This was late last year. You should have seen the response. They had all the guys peacefully lined up in handcuffs, so on and so forth.
White guys? Yeah.
I would say Anglo-Saxon, but I'm not sure where they're exactly from. But
Caucasians?
I light guys. There we go. They weren't black. All right. And it was just a delicate response. All right, compared to responses of other issues that's taking place in our country with minorities. And we can't hone in on that enough. It's just you're seeing this constantly, and once again, this kind of ties into why minorities feel a certain way. And for my minorities out there, I want you to realize that when we talk black-white, it's not just black and white. Like, black people problems are Mexican people problems. Mexican people problems are black people problems that are Indian problems as well, and every other minority. We all share the same common goal. We want change. We want change.
Yeah, it's just like that. A good thing that you showed me just right before we started this was that video of, I don't know who the lady was, but she was in a room full of light-skinned people, white people, Caucasians, and, you know, she asked the question,
who would be happy to be treated as this society in general treats our citizens, our black citizens. If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.
The only thing I seen was light bulbs. I saw light bulbs clicking in people's heads when they realized what she was saying, and she said it eloquently as well.
Yeah, I think it was like the perfect example of knowing something wrong is going on, but not doing anything about it.
Turning a blind eye, and that's what we do best. But we're quick to point fingers
when it happens to us, or when it happens to an individual that, you know, we feel deserves justice. I guess.
Anyway, off that topic, it's one of those things that we'll be continuing to covering because it's safe to say, even in January 8th, 2016, that there will be more incidents, there will be more Freddie Gray cases, there will be more Sandra Bland cases.
As long as there's a Democrat in office, there's going to be school shootings and terrorists.
I don't know if it's a Democrat or Republican. It seems like it's been happening throughout history, but it's still going to be more cases, and I just want to know, when will the excuses run out? Oh, Sandra Bland case. We were talking about that. The young lady that was pulled over for using a legal signal.
Oh yeah, she didn't signal.
There was some slight justice. I mean, I know she was arrested for obstruction of justice or something along those lines. She was put in prison for 3 days, where she was found hung by a trash bag. I have no idea how a trash can was even allowed in her prison cell, but that's another story.
Maybe they didn't have toilets.
Well, here's what happened. The cop was. He is being convicted, or he is being arrested under perjury charges.
So he lied about his stop, or what?
He lied about something. But do you know what perjury charges, Class A perjury charges, results in? No. A 1-year sentence and a $4,000 fine.
It's like...
Only thing I can say is meanwhile in Texas.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there.
Damn.
Yeah. So... moving on to a lighter note. I
don't know if this is necessarily lighter.
It is a lighter note because we got some fans that they've been talking to us about. It seems like you guys, even though you guys are Americans, you guys are patriots, you guys are veterans. It seems like you're always comparing Europe to America, saying how wonderful it is and how bad America is.
Yeah,
well, that's true. I cannot help that a lot of us are morbidly obese and we're not too bright.
Yeah, I will always love America. America's my home, my country.
Best country on the planet, but we just state the damn facts.
But
do me a favor, ask 10 of your friends to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, and ask 10 of those same bastards to recite the Burger King, the McDonald's anthem, two all beef patties. All right, and
I don't even know McDonald's anthem. I had an anthem.
They do. They'll get it right.
Beef patties.
Special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onion, and a sesame seed bun.
They don't have too many McDonald's out where we're at, so I guess when we get an opportunity to talk about it, we do.
Was that a poor joke?
No, it's just McDonald's knows to stay away from countries like third world countries.
Wow.
Where people would rather eat goat than moo, as some of our friends would say.
Goat tastes good. So yeah.
Yeah, I think living in Europe is cool. We've talked about this before. The only thing I don't really like, aside from what I mentioned in the first episode, like people driving and the convenience of ATMs, is that customer service in this region, in the Balkans here, sucks.
In Charles Barkley's words, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Terrible. Yeah, I have this, I remember when I was in Sofia with my girlfriend, and this is Bulgaria, for people that don't know their geography here.
Yeah, that's right next to Chile, right?
No, it's right next to Hong Kong. Wait.
That works.
No, it's right on the Black Sea, kind of.
Why is it called the Black Sea?
The sea is full of black. I don't know. Well, that's Russia and Romania, Moldova, and Georgia, and Bulgaria.
Fair enough. Go ahead with your
all
story.
Those countries that surround it. Anyways, so we're at the Starbucks, and I just go in there I just want a cookie. I haven't had a Starbucks cookie, and I like cookies.
I love me some cookies too.
Yeah. So I go in there and I'm like, hey, can I get a cookie? And they barely speak English, or they pretend to not speak English, but they understand. So they get the cookie. I'm like, this thing is frozen. If you dropped it, it would have shattered into a million pieces. So I was like, can you just put it in the microwave and warm it up just a little bit? And the girl's like, oh no, we can't do that. I was like, why not? There's got to be a button you push on there when you put something in the microwave that warms things up. That's how things usually work. She's like, we've never done this before. We've never done this for anybody.
You've never used a damn microwave?
And I'm like, this has been done before. I can assure you that. So she's having an attitude here, and another girl comes up. She's like, okay, fine. You want me to do this for you? Okay, fine. We'll do this. Actually, you can come behind the counter, and you can do it so you can see that it won't work.
Wow.
So I'm like, no, I'm not going behind the counter to do your job. I'm the customer. Do what I'm asking. I already paid you. All you have to do is put it in for a few seconds. So she's like, okay, fine. If I'm wrong, you don't have to pay for it. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyways, he puts it in the microwave. It's like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever. It comes back out, and it's warm. And she's like...
Go figure.
She gives it to me, and she has this face. I'm like, so is there something wrong with it? Is it, is it nuclear or something? Is there something wrong that's going to poison me? And she's just like, no. She's like, but, we usually don't do that. for customers for cookies because the microwave's so powerful that it'll make the cookie melt.
Wow. Well, you know they probably just got microwaves out here, so it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
Probably.
They're still trying to figure it out. And I understand. I mean, customer service is very, very important to Americans, and especially you spend your hard-earned money on whatever. You just want the person to be nice, especially when you're getting paid to be there.
Especially when you're paying somebody, yeah. And there's this like universal law anywhere. Because my girl even got involved at Starbucks. She started yelling at the girl like, what are you telling him, you can't do this for? You could do this, whatever. All right. Anyway, so there's this universal law that it's kind of like the customer is always right.
Yeah, most of the time.
No matter what. Like, especially when it comes to food. If your customer is ordering food from you and they want it prepared a certain way, and you have the ability to do that, just fucking do it.
It's true. And if they've been
an asshole, you never know who somebody knows.
That's very true. And if they've been an asshole, just spit in it. It's okay.
Yeah. Or like,
and get your ass whooped if it's my food. But
put some pubes in it.
Some. Yeah. So we
sweat.
And I understand. It's one of those things. Like I was at this mall area, and I was just looking for a pair of damn pants. And I asked the lady, I was like, "Do you please have this particular size? Can you please look for this size?" And she was like, "I don't know. I just don't know.
We don't have it."
I was like, "You don't know if you can look for the size?" And she's like, I don't know, sir. I just don't know.
Are you an idiot? I don't know. I don't know.
She sounded like what's her name? Pascualita. What's the chick name from Family Guy? I don't know. The one
Conchita. No, not
the one with the dishwashing gloves.
Yeah. I know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
No,
I know who you're talking about.
Consuela.
Yeah.
I said Pascualita. Wow. Consuela. I don't know, sir. And a matter of fact, I even had to go to the hospital to take care of some knee stuff. And
why are you on your knees so much?
I don't know. And
that's gonna be the name of the podcast. I don't know.
I go there and I go for my appointment, and I walk up to the front of the desk, and I'm trying to book my appointment. I was like, "Hey, I'm here for my appointment." And she's like, "The doctor's not here yet." I'm like, "What do you mean the damn doctor's not here?" And he's the one that I called to book the appointment. And she just looked at me and gave me this blank stare. And I'm like, yeah.
Did she put her hands up?
Yeah,
shrug, I don't know. Just give me your credit card.
And then they just sit there and stare at you like they have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, or they just stare down. They're like.
So I waited 45 minutes for the doctor to get there. I'm already frustrated, getting ready to get some knee injections. And then I walk in, I was like, "Hey doc, how you doing?" And he delivers me paperwork. And I was like, "What is the paperwork for?" He's like, "Oh, it's from your last appointment." And I'm like, "No, I'm coming here to get the knee injections that you told me to get." And he was like, "Oh, well, we don't have them in the hospital."
What? Yeah, This is ridiculous.
Yes. And I'm like, I don't get this. I have no idea. So afterwards, he was like, "Well, just come back for another appointment another day. No problem." I come back for the next appointment, and I have insurance. In America, we have insurance. A lot of us have insurance. I know that's a tough topic right now, but I do pay for my insurance.
Pretty much got it now.
Well, they better have. Thanks, and I go to give him my insurance card, and she looks at me. She's like, "No, cash only." And I'm like, "What am I paying insurance for?" Yeah. And I'm sitting here looking at the lady, and she's like, And so I was like, "Well, give me
that look."
Yeah, and I was like, "Give me the number to your manager so we can discuss." She's like, No, I'm too scared to give you the number to the manager." And I'm just sitting here looking at her, and I look at my wife, and then back at her, and then back at my wife, and I start twiddling my fingers like something's about to get done.
Yeah.
I'm really going to jump over this desk and act.
They don't get that. They don't get most of the time their answers are like, "No, we can't do that." And I've found it's mostly because they just don't want to do the work to find that person or get that part. Because that's happened to me so much, and I can't even think right now of one example. But I know it's happened to me so much to the point where it's like you ask somebody, "Hey, do you have this?" or or whatever. You look online, you see it's there, or you call somebody and they say they have it, and then you get to the place and they're like, "No, we don't have it." "Oh, no, it's not here." I'm like, "Well, I called you and your website says it. So
and they
it's going to be somewhere."
They look at you like, "We don't have it, and what else do you want me to do about it?"
Yeah, and they just stay there. They don't do anything. It's like, "Okay, well, I want some kind of answer, or what are you going to do to get it? Because you're advertising it. You told me when I called that you do have it. So now I'm here. I took time out of my busy life to come to your shop and buy this part, and now you don't have it."
And they just look at you like, "Oh, let's just go get a coffee. It's okay."
Yeah, pretty much.
One of those things.
So, yeah, they're like, "Oh, you come back in 2 days." Yeah, I'm like, "No, I don't got 2 days." Life in Europe in general is, the people are cool, just as long as they're not working in a shop.
Yep. They don't necessarily live to work to live. They just
no, they're very relaxed. Yeah, and it's like nothing. If they don't have it, it's not their problem. They're like, oh, we don't have it. See you. Whatever.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. So we're at work. We're on our lunch break recording this because where are you going this weekend? A couple minutes.
Oh,
here?
yeah, I'm going to Serbia.
Yeah. Oh, Serbia.
Yeah, there's a lot of Serbians up there.
That's I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah. I'm going to have next to
I wonder
me.
why.
I'm going to have a Bulgarian.
Because like Serbians are really Albanians.
Wow. All right. That would conclude the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Yeah, hit us up on our website, trollnationpodcast.com. You can always like us, subscribe to us, rate us, review us on iTunes. We're on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/trollnationpodcast. And tweet us at Twitter.
Tweet us at Twitter?
Yeah.
All right.
It works. Tweet us at Twitter. At TrollNationFM because, they couldn't fit anything else in there.
And if you hate us, send us feedback as well.
Yeah, you can always email us at trollnationpodcast@gmail.com and we will either reply to your message in the form of an episode or we'll just ignore you.
That works.
Whatever we feel like doing that day. But yeah, we'd like to hear back from you no matter what. So make sure you hit us on that. And on that note, I am Carl Allen.
And I'm Eric Charles.
And this was Troll Nation.
Peace.